Spider-Man is my bane.
Oh yeah, I want to tell them that the thing that I thought of, which is that because Spider-Man's in the MCU, you can make his parents shield agents.
Yeah, which would be really cool because it would kind of be a slap in the face to the Amazing Spider-Man movies, and also it'd just be kind of like a cool like factoid. It'd be like, oh, like even if they just like mention it in a movie, like, oh yeah, your parents were shield agents. Like what? And they like don't address it.
Maybe that's what maybe that would be a cool thing to bring Tony and Peter a little like closer, where he's like,
oh yeah,
my father worked with your father. Really? Yeah, they were both murdered by Hydra.
Yeah, everyone's parents were murdered by Hydra. Oh, imagine Bucky. Imagine Bucky killed them too.
Wait, no, doesn't Captain America mentions how his parents died in Captain America: The First Avenger really briefly? He's like, oh, it's like mustard gas or something.
No, I mean
it's probably Hydra.
Imagine Bucky killed Peter's parents.
That's what. Oh my god.
Oh, imagine he killed Uncle Ben.
Imagine. Okay, imagine this for a second. Imagine the Avengers as a sitcom called Everybody Hates Bucky. Because he just kills everyone's parents.
Do you think we're gonna get like a hip Uncle Ben in Spider-Man: Homecoming, or do you think they'll just won't?
He won't be alive.
Like I know he won't be alive, but do you think we'll get him in like flashbacks and stuff, or do you think like they'll just have like a picture of him and like we won't really see him?
Just have a picture, or they'll just mention like, oh, your uncle. Here's a long, boring story of how your uncle proposed to me that will only make you feel guilty.
You make the wrong decisions in life. Yeah, Spider-Man 3 had more than a few problems. Yeah. So, what'd you think of Doctor Strange the second time?
Oh, I think I probably liked it more the second time because, like, I kind of like, you know what you're going into.
Yeah.
And, like the first time you have your brain, the parts of your brain that say this movie's gonna be awesome, and the other part that says no, it's not. It could be terrible.
Oh no, it might be terrible.
You're just kind of like your expectations just kind of conflict each other.
Right? Yeah.
You don't really like so you don't really think like you can't think clearly when you're watching it. You just like that. Whenever cool shit happens, you lose your mind. Like more than you would the second time, but like when the not cool shit happens, you don't notice it, and so like you definitely have your judgment is impaired. You have like first time watching goggles.
That's true. Yeah, I still very much enjoyed it, and yeah, I wasn't as critical of the first time I saw it. I was just kind of enjoying it for what it was because I know what's gonna happen and everything. But yeah, I still enjoyed all the parts that I enjoyed the first time. I still laughed at all the jokes the first time I saw it.
You know what's funny? My physics teacher was like, anyone see Doctor Strange? We're just like, yeah. He's like, sometimes I felt like the humor. He's like, it was good. I just felt like the humor was forced a bit. At times.
I don't know, because I still enjoyed it this time, and I knew all the jokes. So like, I sort of thought that the first time. I'm like, okay, they're like, it feels like they're doing a little more jokes than
it's just like it's just because it's a Marvel movie and it has to be funny.
Yeah, it's like it's got to be funny. It's got to be because we're not DC. We have jokes.
Don't worry. No, because that's what. Okay, so Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition.
Yeah.
Well, just in general, I'm just gonna call it Batman v Superman because the Ultimate Edition should just be
the regular one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll have to check that out.
Anyways, when I realized why the Batman warehouse scene is basically the best scene in the movie, is because it ends with a joke, and it's like not only is it one of the best Batman action sequence we've ever seen in live action, where he doesn't just punch everyone. He uses he uses an insane amount of gadgets. Yeah. All practically. It's not just like, I'm using gadgets for the sake of using gadgets. Like, it's everything is like practical, and it's the first time we've seen him use his arm blades as Batman.
Oh, true. He doesn't really do that.
He doesn't. In Batman Begins. In Batman Begins, he's like, look, sword.
He does in Dark Knight briefly because he goes, I know how you got these, and then he shoots them.
But that's dumb though. That's the dumbest thing.
And it's a joke, and it's not like it's not
a joke in a crime drama.
It's not actually Yeah.
What is The Dark Knight?
Have you seen The Dark Knight?
It's weird.
There's lots of jokes that seem out of place in that movie, and they're also just poorly written. There's a few that just aren't good jokes.
Oh, this isn't a joke, but I find it hilarious every time I watch it.
What?
28 caliber, carbon fiber, made in China. If you want to kill public journalists, if you want to kill a public servant, Mr. Mahoney. I recommend you buy American.
It is a joke. It's a one-liner.
I know, but it's so American.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, Harvey Dent's the most American you could ever hope for. He believes in freedom and freedom. But like that movie also has like have a nice trip, see you next fall, and stuff like that. And there's a part where the like what is it? The FBI, is it the FBI? Who are the guys escorting Harvey Dent to prison?
Like the SWAT.
The SWAT guys. Yeah. That's it. So there's a SWAT guy in the truck that's driving Harvey Dent to prison because he pretended he's Batman. Yeah. And then Joker pulls up with a bazooka, and then he's like, "Is that a bazooka?"
And you know what's dumb? You know what's dumb about?
Wait, I have more. Okay. And then he goes, "I didn't sign up for this." Yes, you did. This is exactly the job you signed up for.
And because you have this job,
you're a SWAT guy escorting the guy, who you think is the Batman, to prison in Gotham City, where people like the Joker try to kill people called people like the Batman.
Also, if you were a
have you not been paying attention?
If you were a SWAT member, you should know that is an RPG-7, not just any old bazooka.
Yeah, like bazooka. Oh, I don't know. I've never heard. I'm a regular old cop that doesn't know anything about special weapons or hand tactics.
What's really dumb about that scene is that the Joker is using like a machine pistol, and not many pistols of that rate do not have a very high caliber, and the thing puts freaking dents in the truck.
Well, it would.
But no, this is supposed to be like.
But it's supposed to be an armored.
It's supposed to be an armored truck.
Well, it doesn't go shoot through the walls. If it was a normal truck, it would go right through the walls.
It would dent it a little. That like armor piercing rounds can go through that thing. Like the truck is like tinfoil. It's like trash.
It seems like it's not that great.
Everything about that scene is so.
No, one thing that is great about that scene.
The part where he.
Oh, also in that same scene, there's like it does like a Spider-Man thing where there's like kids who go, "Whoa, that's cool!"
It's so Sam Raimi, actually.
Well, awesome, wicked cool.
Yeah, that's actually what happens.
Where there's Batman. Yeah, there's some guys. They're like some kids stuck in traffic. They're pretending to shoot the cars behind them. Like out the window, and then they blow up because Batman drives by blowing up cars, like for no reason,
like because he doesn't care about other people's property.
And then they go, "Whoa!"
Okay. One thing I think is kind of okay. One thing,
go.
Like the one thing. This is not just any old Dark Knight praise. This is a scene I like because I like the like that like Oliver Queen type stuff in Arrow where it's like my buddy Steve needs Arrow, so like, oh, can you see if you can recover the hard drive on my laptop? This is full of bullet holes. I get my coffee in a bad neighborhood. You know that stuff where Bruce Wayne like saves, like he like drives his like car like intentionally in front of like a bad guy motorcycle or something.
Oh yeah,
and then Commissioner Gordon's like, you just like stop this guy, and then he's just like, what?
Like,
I'm sorry,
what? Oh, sorry,
I'm too rich to pay attention.
I was just rich and trying to run a red light. I mean, yeah, what?
Yeah,
I probably shouldn't have been drinking or whatever.
Yeah, I just don't know. I just love those kinds of moments.
Yeah, those moments are great.
Yeah,
because Christian Bale is a really good Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
but like, there's not that many moments of that in those movies. Like, I think there should be more because I think they're really great every time they happen. Well, but one thing in the armored car chase that is good is the truck that Joker's in.
Yeah.
On the side of the truck it says laughter is the best medicine, but Joker wrote an S, so it says slaughter is the best medicine. Yeah. So that I think is great. Yeah. Like the Joker himself is like the best part of that movie. I think.
Yeah, but it's a Joker movie though. It's a Joker and Harvey.
Yeah, like that's.
It's not. This is. I'm gonna say this, and I know what I'm saying now. It's. I've told you this before, but this makes sense to you, right? When I say it's not the best Batman movie. It's the best movie with Batman.
With Batman,
Batman just kind of has to be there. Just kind of
there. It's a good. Yeah. It's a good crime drama.
It's a great crime drama. And Batman and Batman is in it, but it's not the best Batman movie.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot in that movie that is really strong, and there's a lot in that movie that is kind of boring.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of the plot is super complicated
and runs by really quickly.
And they run through it really quickly, and if you weren't paying attention, you're suddenly gonna be like, "Wait, what is happening?" Like, and it's not like, "Oh, you're just dumb and you can't follow the plot." It's like, no, the plot is just insanely complicated for no reason.
Yeah. How much is you being picked up?
Well, you're kind of whispering now, so not as much.
Okay. Maybe.
You'd increase it a little.
Yeah,
it does that while we're recording.
It does.
Okay,
did that the first time. I don't know how much of
this. That's a good.
I don't know how much of this got lost. It's fine. It's whatever.
It wasn't.
We all know the first time.
It's still recording.
It's quieter.
It's just gonna be a little quieter, which means I'll just have to make it louder, which is fine.
Oh, okay.
That's not a problem. Shouldn't be at least.
Neato.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, Dark Knight. Like, there's good stuff in it, but also there's also kind of like it also has like the Christopher Nolan crazy thing that doesn't make any sense.
Like which one? Okay, so there's one in every.
There's one in all of his movies.
Okay, so it's the microwave emitter machine.
Microwave emitter in the Dark Knight.
Is it in the what is in the Dark Knight Rises?
It's in the Dark Knight Rises. It's Bane's plan, how Batman got back to Gotham, how Batman got his back fixed.
Like how Batman can walk on the ice and throw a flare onto it without it crashing below him.
It's a lot of that movie. I think mostly like the like how
Bane
the
standing
bomb,
on a car,
the bomb at the end, and like all that stuff.
That's a pretty dumb movie.
But like, yeah, mostly the ending of that movie, I would say.
Ending of the Dark Knight, right?
But of the Dark Knight, it's the sonar eyes.
Sonar eyes.
And also
so realistic.
And also the bullet reconstructing machine that
I saw a video where it was like comparing it's like who in a fight between Ben Affleck's Batman and Christian Bale's Batman or whatever. And it's like oh, so it's like we're gonna compare their detective skills, and it's like look Batman, look at Bruce Wayne. He did this thing, like he's got like he cracked Lexi's drive or whatever.
Yeah,
and that takes him like an incredible amount of skill. Or
sure, yeah.
And it's like, oh, but look at this. He reconstructs a bullet on a computer. That's really creative. I'm like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
It means that Joker had to put his thumb. Someone would have had to put their thumb onto a bullet, and before they put it in the casing, and then fire it just so that Batman can find it.
Yeah,
it's the dumbest thing.
That's not how bullets work.
No,
or how physics works.
No.
It's not how science works.
No.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Where then he also like randomly like shoots like different kinds of cinder block or something.
Yeah, no, he tries a bunch of different kinds of bullets or whatever, and then checks.
He compares them.
He doesn't cross-examine them with the computer. He just eyeballs.
Just like eyeballs.
This one looks about the same. It was probably this kind of bullet.
Yeah, like the technology doesn't exist.
Okay, rant on technology that doesn't exist. Facial recognition software they use in literally everything. It doesn't exist because if it did, you know how many crimes would be solved instantly?
Yeah,
all of them.
You know what else?
You know how Osama bin Laden hid out for some years because there was no facial recognition software. Yeah. Also, apparently there are cameras everywhere.
There is though.
In the Middle East.
Oh no, there's not as much.
Exactly. You can't find everyone.
Like there's cameras in most buildings, in most like shopping buildings, in like public.
Apparently all these criminals like to go shopping.
But like not in like in the U.S. and Canada, and mostly in Canada. I don't know how much in Canada. Nobody cares.
By the way, we're a Canadian-based podcast. That's why we have no viewers.
That's why we have no viewers.
Listeners.
Hey, well, there's Australian podcasts that do pretty well. So.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a market for us somewhere.
Yeah.
We just have to find it.
Dig deep.
But
that'd be pretty awesome. Imagine if we make a career of this.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah.
Then I wouldn't have to get a real job.
We can still do this though. I still want to do this though.
Oh yeah, like that's the plan is to probably get a real job doing something cool, and then also have
we can talk about our real jobs at the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but other technology that doesn't exist, enhancing pictures. That's impossible. Pictures can only be
just a brightness, contrast.
Yeah, like there's only so much information.
Let me increase the resolution on that.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
That's impossible. Like you can't. Pictures are a set resolution and quality of an image, but like that's all the information that exists in that picture.
Mm-hmm.
You can't
give it more
use
pixels.
forensics or technology to add quality to that. Like it's not like where like sure in like old movies they put on Blu-ray, but there's not like it's not like they're enhancing the definition of the movie. Like it's just a higher quality image, but they're not like adding information to the picture.
Oh no,
it's only information that's already there.
Just making it not look as crappy.
But yeah, like they just
kind of wiping the grime off. Basically.
Basically cleaning it up a little.
But when they do, really old. Let me enhance that. They add like a pixel.
Yeah, it's like you get like this really blurry image, and then suddenly they enhance that, and then it's a perfect. You could tell it's like perfectly who you could tell who it's a picture of. So like that simply doesn't exist. There's no way you can do that. If a picture is blurry, like that's it. It's blurry. You can't solve that. If it's an unrecognizable face, there's no way to digitally change that picture. That's just not how pictures work.
Let me digitally enhance this. Wowee.
And it's funny because like
every
movie like does it and they just act like that's something that exists.
No, the Flash is especially bad when it comes to things like that.
Yeah.
Let me just run it through with some equations that don't exist.
It's just like they just make up something.
No, I kind of want to ask my physics teacher. Theoretically, if we made if a particle accelerator exploded, you think it would create a wave of dark matter that would give everyone superpowers?
But only if they have a specific gene.
Killed some people, right? Like
I think it just killed people. Yeah, it did. Because didn't it paralyze Dr. Wells? Or no, he was in a car accident or something. I can't remember now.
He was also the... Yeah, no, he pretended to be paralyzed afterwards because he was already reversed at that point.
Right. Why did what was his excuse when he was pretending to be paralyzed? Was it the car accident? It must have been the car accident, right?
No, it was the... Maybe. No, I think it was the particle accelerator because it took my legs.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's like, it took my legs. That's why.
That was pretty okay. Now. After watching the first episode of The Flash, I think that's pretty badass when your character who's been in a wheelchair the whole episode stands up and then looks at a newspaper for the future.
Yeah, like that's a cool thing because it's like, oh, well, they're doing like time travel and then wait, what?
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
That's a really cool way to start off your series. And like
the only thing is like, it kind of sucks that it turned like that it took so long for them to find out it was him, kind of thing. Because we knew the whole time, and so it wasn't like a big reveal when they find out. It was just like it was like, oh, finally.
Malcolm Merlin was a really cool reveal because that was the first episode we saw him.
Yeah.
And they showed and they revealed right away. It's like, by the way, look, it's this guy, and you're like, and then
he wasn't in episodes earlier.
Malcolm was, but that was the first time we saw the Dark Knight.
Yeah, exactly.
And Oliver Queen, he's like, I'm gonna stop him. It's gonna be great. And then the next episode
was the Firefly one, which I hated.
The Fireman episode. that Danny hates.
Yeah, that one was dumb.
It was fine.
It was fine. It was just like the most filler episode ever.
Oh gosh, Oliver Queen was so many women.
Yeah.
Like in season 1 alone, there's 3 or 4 different girls.
I really want this. I'm still watching it. I don't know why. Because I really want this season to be good.
Did they introduce Ragman?
They introduced Ragman, and it's like, okay, I don't know why. And they haven't exactly explained how his powers work. They're just like, oh yeah, he has powers. It's like, okay.
He's got rags.
He's got rag powers.
Rags on rags.
Alright, sure. Why not? Like, they brought in Artemis, but it's not the Artemis from Young Justice, so it fucking doesn't matter. Because it's just like some chick who uses arrows and they call her Artemis. But it's not, because like...
Is Diggle still called Spartan? Because I hate that.
Right now he left the team and he joined the army for a bit. And they almost brought back Deadshot. And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. And then they didn't. And I was like, oh, that's stupid.
Well, isn't that because they can't have like TV and character movie? Wait, no, they can do
that. But what they did was... So Deadshot Diggle left the Arrow team, and he's like, I'm going to go join the army now. And then the army framed him for, like, killing some people. So then he got arrested.
Well, that's what you do in the army. You kill people.
Yeah, but, like, or doing... I don't even remember. I was only half watching that episode.
Crack?
He did some... they did something bad and blamed it on Diggle.
You were smuggling beer, but you told me to. Yeah, you're going to prison.
Then at the end of
now you don't even try breaking out.
No, it was like, okay. See, this is the thing, is like there's a couple things that could be really cool, but they like don't do much with them.
Oh, okay.
So that Diggle gets arrested, and when he goes into his cell, there's Deadshot sitting there, and he's like, "Oh, I guess we're cellmates." And I was like, "Yeah, fucking Deadshot's back."
Yeah.
And then it turned out he was just imagining him being there. I was like, "Oh, that was fucking such a missed opportunity."
Oh.
He like, cause he's such a like. That was the only cool thing about like Diggle's character was Deadshot, and they fucking killed him off.
I remember that in the like they introduced it. They had Deadshot in like the 3rd episode of season 1 of Arrow.
Yeah.
And I remember when like he takes him out by like put like an arrow through his eye.
Yeah, it was sick.
And then you just know he's gonna come back.
Everyone he takes out with an arrow in the eye, they just come back with an eye patch later.
Yeah.
You gotta come up with better methods of killing people.
Execution.
Yeah. And it's kind of cool because there's a couple good things. Like it's better so far. It's better than season 4.
Oh, okay.
So, like every now and then he'll do like a oh that was intensely like bad and like the kind of like season 1 badass. Like there's a part where he's like hanging up a guy off of a roof.
Yeah.
And then the guy's like, "You won't kill me. I'm not gonna give you the information." He's like, "I might kill you." And then eventually he interrogates him after he gives him the information. And then he's like, and then the guy's like, "See, you didn't kill me." And then he's like, "I'm not gonna kill you, but
the pavement will."
But the pavement will. No, but basically he says something like that. And then it was like, "But you're not walking away from this." And then he drops him off the building. And then just like walks. And I'm like, "That's awesome."
No, my favorite one is he's like when the Vertigo guy gives him the Vertigo stuff. He's like you can't shoot straight. Yeah, I bet you wouldn't be able to fire a single arrow. He's like, I know, and then he's got 3.
He shoots them. Yeah.
Like also, like all of them miss.
Also, one of the best episodes I think was in season 2 when they brought back Count Vertigo.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, why would that be the best episode? It's only because he decided he's not going to kill anyone, but they make him kill someone, and it's great.
Yeah. And he trips out, and he has like a hallucination of Tommy.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty great.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Don't you miss Tommy?
Yeah, because he was just a nice person, and now everyone's just miserable all the time.
Yeah. And it almost feels like Tommy was never on the show.
I know, right? Like he was so inconsequential to everything else that happened.
He was. Well, season 1, and that's why season 1 and 2 are good because they feel like this like complete.
Yeah, it felt like a natural progression of the story.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, whatever, we're just doing whatever now.
We don't care. We're going to do magic. We're going to do other magic.
We'll do, like, magic, I guess.
I'm going to break the Lazarus pit by putting a bath bomb in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they kind of, like, got rid of the what did they call it? The League of Assassins.
They they literally murdered it.
Which is lame because those guys are cool and you should always have them around in some form.
That's why in our Arrow Amazing season 5 they were gonna end it with
who did we say became the end? Oh, Thea, right?
Yeah.
Didn't we say she became that?
Yeah.
That would be so badass. Right now she's not even speedy.
You know
she's just a person.
Is that who's the guy who plays Malcolm Merlin? I totally forget his name.
Oh shit, it's John something.
Barrowman.
John Barrowman.
And he's apparently he's
really in Doctor Who.
He's like really flamboyant and like gay.
Yeah, he's like bi in Doctor Who.
Yeah, he's
and
bi.
the actor is actually gay, I believe.
Yeah.
It's implied that he's bi in Doctor Who.
It's really funny though that you get
that
kind of character. But then someone saw that guy, like, oh, he'd be a really, really cool
villain. Yeah, like. And I always love his performance. Like whenever he shows up, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
there's
that one episode or whatever when it's like you learn like when it's completely unnecessary, but it's great. Mm-hmm. In season 2 of Arrow when Oliver's mom comes back or whatever is like she's like her cab driver's like, oh, we're gonna take a detour over here, and then like they get out or whatever, and the cab driver gets out, and then he gets hit with an arrow in the chest, and it's a black arrow, and and Malcolm Merlin's like wearing a nice suit, and he's got his bow or whatever.
Fuck you, I'm back.
He's like, yeah, that's right. Guess what? Thea's my daughter, and it's like, ooh, that's cool. That actually adds up. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, that was sick. Did I tell you my rant on Legends of Tomorrow?
Oh, wow, they got rid of Hawkgirl.
Yeah, but also, and they did actually explain it. I missed it in the end of season 1. They're like, Hawkgirl and Hawkman were like, we're gonna go not be on the
Oh, so
team
Hawkman
anymore.
lives by the end?
Well, yeah, because he gets
He
revived, right?
reincarnates.
So they just
So
meet one of his reincarnations eventually.
just pick him up.
Yeah.
Doesn't ruin the timeline.
No, because it's later in the timeline. Like it's fine. Don't worry, it sort of makes sense. But like
Legends of Tomorrow. It sort of makes sense.
actually, by the end of the first season, they did actually explain all of the time travel. Now I'm not so sure. We'll see where it goes. Because like whenever Barry changes stuff, it's like, oh, there's consequences. But like they change stuff all the time, and so it doesn't. It seems like it's not that important.
Yeah.
But basically, um, you still haven't seen the season 1 finale, right?
No,
Okay.
I don't even care. Can you just tell me
that? Okay, I'll tell you what happens. So it's pretty cool. We find out that the Time Masters have been working with Vandal Savage the whole time, and they've been controlling every single thing that's ever happened. So that's why every time they go to a place, they fuck something up and make it worse, and then make it slightly better. It's because that was always planned. So that's why every time they've tried to stop Vandal Savage, they've ended up helping him. It's like that was part of the plan the whole time.
Oh, okay.
So, and the Time Masters are at the end of time in this space called the Vanishing Point, where it's the only place where time doesn't exist or doesn't.
So that's
affect
why
them. And
that's why Nick can stay there for like thousands of years. Because like
that's why he was. I think he was there for a while.
Like, I was there for like a couple thousand years, just chilling.
Yeah. And so
getting hardened.
Then so like and they see this whole and they have like the whole timeline like it's like this is destiny, like there's no way around it, like this is how things happen. There's no like everything that's happened has already been planned out, and there's no way you can change your destiny or anything like that. But there's a loophole in that because they exist in the vanishing point. Because they're at the vanishing point, they can affect time because it exists outside of time.
Okay.
So what they do is they're like, if we blow up the thing that controls destiny and time, because they have a device.
You just have to shoot a couple photon torpedoes down
if they blow that up,
shoot.
Basically, if they blow that up, they have free will and they can stop Vandal Savage.
What you're saying is that if we blow up the big thing, we get to stop the big man.
Yeah. So one of them gets a vision that I think it's Ray sacrifices himself to set off like their bomb or whatever, and it blows up the thing, and so Ray dies. Like that's the vision of what's going to happen. Yeah. They get from the thingy. Yeah. Or from one of the time devices. I forget exactly. So they're doing their thing. They're trying to make it so that doesn't happen. All the stuff, all like a bunch.
Wait, is it like the Minority Report episode of Futurama?
Kind of. Then like a bunch of stuff happens, like the Hawkman that they meet was bad, but then they turn him back good.
Okay. Okay.
Then so they get to the thing that they're trying to blow up. Ray's trying to do the thing. They get to the point where, oh no, Ray's gonna die. He's gonna sacrifice himself. Then Captain Cold steps in. And he's like, he saves Ray, and he's like, I got this. You go on. And then the guys are about to get Captain Cold, and then he goes, "There are no strings on me." And then he blows up the thing.
That's what he says?
Yeah, he says that line from Age of Ultron.
That's
and I'm like, oh, fuck yeah! And so he blows up the thing and sacrifices himself, and everyone's saved, and they go meet Vandal Savage back in time and, like, kill him.
That's awful. They just imagine beating him up like Rick and Summer. Yeah. They just take a bunch of steroids.
Yeah, X-Guard, give it to me.
They just take turns punching him. Yeah, because they can do it. Okay, so wait.
Yeah. So then after that, Hawkman and Hawkgirl are like, okay, we're gonna leave now. And then this guy shows up and he's like, oh, I need your help or something. And then they're like, what? Who are you? And he's like, my name's Rex Tyler. I'm from the Justice Society of America. And the Justice Society of America was like a team in the 40s of superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
And then they made them on Earth too because the timeline got confusing. But then they brought them back, and it was this whole thing. But it's a bunch of like 40s era superhero characters, like like Jay Garrick the Flash was on it. And,
oh, okay, yeah.
Alan Scott Green Lantern, like the original Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was like Green Guardian.
No, that's a different thing.
Oh yeah, right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, Dr. Fate was.
Dr. Fate was on. Hawkman was on Justice Society, and like the Spectre and like a few other cool characters like that. And so like Rex Tyler was our man. I think his power is he takes like a pill and then he gets like super strength for an hour or something like that.
So lame.
Which is pretty lame.
Any character can do that
right.
in Injustice. So that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
So yeah, the whole
I literally take steroids. Like it's not.
Yeah. So yeah, the finale I thought of Legends of Tomorrow was really strong and it had a really cool Captain Cold moment. And it sucked that he died. Like it's sad.
Is he actually gone? Like
yeah, he actually dies.
Oh, that's cool.
And so then season 2 starts. Instantly they get rid of Rip Hunter. They're like, oh, he's lost in time or something. We don't know. Maybe he's dead. Maybe he's gone. Who knows? Who know? Oh, good thing he saved us.
But he's such a great
Who knows what happened? Right? He was my favorite one other than Captain Cold.
He was like Mal Reynolds.
Right? They bring in this new guy who's like, I'm a historian or something. I know everything about history, and I know that
I'm a high school history teacher.
I know that time has been.
Who makes meth at night?
I know that time is being messed with, and that you legends of tomorrow have been messing around with the time stream. Here's a picture of Ray in medieval times and stuff like that. And
that's dumb.
So he joins their team.
So now, do they get Rip back?
So far, he hasn't come back. So the team is now. So now it's the same team as before, but no Hawk Girl, no Hawkman, no Captain Cold, and no Rip Hunter. So
Heatwave is still there, though.
Heatwave is still there,
That's cool.
and
he's a really cool character.
He's really cool. And they're kind of building up the Heatwave and Ray Palmer relationship because like they were already sort of like buddies almost.
Oh, okay.
And now it's like because Heatwave is all alone.
Yeah.
He has no one now, so he's sad, and so he's trying to be friends with Ray now, even though he thinks Ray is the worst. So yeah,
that's funny though. I like that group dynamic. Though.
Like that's kind of
they had a pretty funny
dynamic.
Kind of like a lot of the time.
Yeah, and what's her name? Sarah is like the captain of the ship now that Rip's gone because like whatever, she's fine. She does her thing.
I don't care about Sarah
anymore. Okay, so then they meet the Justice Society, and it's no Hawkman, no Spectre, no Dr. Fate, no Jay Garrick Flash, no
Green Lantern.
No Green Lantern. It's
obscure ass shit.
Obsidian, Stargirl, Dr. Midnight, our man, Rex Tyler, who they met earlier.
Okay, he's from the comics, right?
And
something that stupid sounds like it would be.
Yeah, that like all they're all Justice Society of America characters, but like they didn't even have like there's the 40s version of Hawkman is on the team because like we've established that Hawkman regenerates his life every time he dies, and so the one that was alive during the 40s joined the Justice. Like none of that, none of Dr. Fate, which would have been super cool to see. Nope, not having that. Like none of the cool characters, just like some obscure ones. And Vixen. Ooh. Not the Vixen they already established in Arrow. No. A different Vixen from the 40s who was like the one that we already met is her grandmother or something. They don't really address it ever. And it's like, what? Vixen has never been a member of the Justice Society of America ever in the comics. Yeah. And they're just like, oh, by the way, Vixen's here, I guess? And it's not the Vixen you met earlier.
Why would you do that? Why would you introduce a character and then just get someone else to it's the weirdest thing.
Oh my god.
So oh yeah, also there's like Commander Steel or something like that, and
Is it Steel starring Shaquille O'Neal?
No. He's the grandfather of the guy who's the historian who joined the team. And eventually that guy gets powers and now he's a legend of tomorrow also or whatever. But and there's no goal this season. They're just going around time trying to fix problems that other time travelers have caused, doing their thing. They go to World War II. They go to the Western again. They go to there's a Civil War episode where they're zombies because reasons, and like all this stuff happens.
Dumb.
It's just like them going around doing their. The only cool thing is Reverse Flash is like fucking around with time because it's in time travel, and like that's cool, and I hope that leads to something. And also, he teamed up with Damien the Dark from like the past because
that's pretty sick.
So and I think they're trying to like build up to like sort of like a Legion of Doom type thing. I'm not sure, but anyways, like that would be cool. But like so far, there hasn't really been anything.
I think that's what they're gonna do for the crossover for all of them.
That'd be sick.
They have to stop like the Legion of Doom, basically. If we have to form a Justice League.
But yeah, like they set up like some really cool stuff, and then it's just been like nothing so far, which is lame. But I'm hoping it gets better. Anyways, I want to watch it at least up to the major crossover for all the shows, so that I feel caught up. Because I want to know like where all the characters on it.
So. I put season 1 of Supergirl on Netflix. I was thinking about just watching the Flash episodes.
Like definitely watch the Flash episode.
That's the highest rated episode.
That one's worth watching.
Is it? Well, Supergirl basically follows the Flash formula.
It follows the Flash formula, which
was the Arrow formula.
Which was the Arrow formula before.
No, but I think Flash perfected it though.
Flash kind of perfected it, and we'll see where the Flash goes this season because. This season so far, the last couple episodes were actually really good.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Like Kevin Smith directed another episode.
Oh, that's sick.
He's really great at directing Flash episodes.
Which episodes of The Flash has he directed?
He directed the Runaway Dinosaur, where the one where Barry's trapped in the Speed Force the whole time and has to say goodbye to his mom and all that. Like the most emotional episode of the season. And like this one also is just had like so many touching moments. There's a part where I felt like Iris mattered as a character in this episode.
No, that's hard to do.
Which has barely ever happened.
Oh gosh.
Like Kevin Smith is just good at directing like The Flash apparently.
Yeah.
I hope he does more episodes in the future. He's doing a Supergirl episode as well, so hopefully that one's really good.
I hope he directs the crossover.
Oh, that'd be great. He's not though. But yeah, maybe. Well, because I know because I checked his IMDb, and so far he's only directed this one episode of The Flash and an episode of Supergirl that's happening later in the season. Yeah. But it's not the 4-part crossover episode.
Oh. Okay.
But yeah, the Flash Supergirl crossover is worth watching.
Okay.
How long have we been going? Oh, only 30-something minutes. 39.
That's good. I was just wondering.
But how are you liking this season of The Flash so far? What have you seen up to?
Okay, I saw the last episode I saw was the synopsis of it was like, Caitlin goes to see her mom to fix her powers or whatever, and then we got bigger problems, guys. That's what always happens. This is what always happens. They're like, all right, guys, let's develop the plot. We're going to develop the main plot. Developing the main plot. This is dialogue, by the way. Yeah. Some character things. Joke. Oh, no, guys, we got bigger problems.
We got bigger problems right now.
A one-time character.
A one-time villain showed up.
Yeah.
Did you see the Mirror Master episode?
The Mirror Master? Yeah.
Yeah. I liked that they finally did Mirror Master because he's like a main.
Yeah, he's a very classic.
Like he's a common Flash villain that he fights all the time, and it feels like it took a while. It took them a while to get to him. Yeah. I also like that they didn't make him a new meta that was created by Dr. Alchemy, and it's like, oh, a new, because we gotta have that new threat, a new way to come up with superhumans. It's like, no, he was just affected by the particle accelerator the first time that happened, and we just haven't met him until now.
Yeah,
it's like, that's great. I love that.
And he was buds with Captain Cold.
Yeah, and he even knew Captain Cold, which is like, oh, perfect.
Yeah,
that fits with the whole the original Rogues Gallery and that whole idea.
And it's like, I love how the Mirror Master, it's like, oh yeah, Mirror Master was on my Earth. He used a gun. He was like the comics on my Earth.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think of the new
I've only
Dr.
that was the only episode I've only seen him in one episode.
Oh, okay.
Which is the one where they bring him in. I think he's fine.
Yeah, I think he's fine. It's weird. It's like I feel like
I like Tom Cavanagha's range, but
I like Tom Cavanagh. I feel like he's like, okay, every season I want to play a new character. Yeah. A slightly different character.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I guess we'll bring in other dimensions of you.
I like the Earth 2. The Earth 2 L's is somewhere kind of like a Walter White almost.
Yeah. I think he's my favorite version.
I really like that one.
Because he's
not evil. He's just a dick.
He's not he's a good person, but he's kind of a dick and and stuff like that. Where this was just like, I make jokes. Anyone want coffee? That's his whole thing.
That's okay. No, you should make that a meme. That's gonna be on the thumbnail of this one. Okay, no.
There's even a part where they're like, wait a minute, you haven't helped us at all.
Yeah, that was great. I saw that part.
Okay.
Like, hey, I gave you ideas.
I'm an idea guy.
I did this. I did this. Oh man, oh no.
Oh, also, did you see the one with there's a giant monster attacking the city?
Yeah, I saw that one.
Okay. So that one, I liked it where they're like, oh, we're going to do the Empire thing. And they don't explain what that is, and they don't go, have you ever seen that really old movie, Empire Strikes Back?
And it doesn't even work because it's a hologram.
Yeah, it doesn't even work, which is great because it's it doesn't always, that move doesn't have to work every time.
Yeah. I love your problems can be solved by wrapping carbon fiber rope around their legs.
Yeah. And I just loved it when Caitlin Snow was like, yeah, even I've seen Empire because I'm not Peter Parker from
Civil War.
Captain America Civil War. I'm a normal human that's seen Empire a million times.
My gosh. Oh my god. Yeah. I remember what I thought was, I don't know, I thought this was funny. I don't know if you thought this was funny. But you know how like Jesse and Wally have a thing or whatever?
Yeah.
And it's and then Wally's like, I would, but you're from another Earth, and it's just like, it's so funny. It's like you're in a comic book show or whatever. Yeah. It's you got your superpowers and stuff, but also it's a CW show. Yeah. So you have to have your stupid relationships and stuff.
Yeah, and it's weird because those things would come up.
Yeah.
You would assume.
Yeah.
But the way they say them,
it's so bad.
It's something. It
seems like they're making fun of.
Is it a joke? It's. It gets bizarre because
you know what I mean, though, right? Did you think that was funny?
Yeah, I remember being like, "Oh yeah, that's kind of weird." Because
it's it seems like a bad soap opera.
It's almost like they're trying to do regular relationship problems, but the world they've created by this point is so ridiculous that everything that comes out of their mouth is complete techno babble nonsense. So
I'm sorry, Iris. But I love the you from the other timeline.
Yeah,
not this woman you've become.
It's just nothing makes sense.
It's
Do you think that they'll eventually break up Iris and Barry?
I hope so.
I hope so too.
Well, I just hate Iris.
Yeah, maybe they just kill her. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, I'd be good with that. I feel bad for Barry because I like him as a character.
Yeah,
and I guess it's fine if he loves her or whatever. He can do that if he wants.
I guess he can love.
Whoever he wants.
Even if that person is extremely boring and doesn't do anything.
He's the least. He's the Laurel of the Flash.
Yeah, I think she's worse than Laurel.
That's a title.
I'm not sure though. I think she's less whiny than Laurel though.
Yeah, she's just more used.
She's just why are you here again? Laurel always.
My dad's a cop.
Laurel always tried to do something.
Wait
but
until my.
I
want to see Tom Felton's character say, "Wait until my father hears about this."
Oh yes. Oh, I totally want to see that. But yeah, but in the last couple of episodes, they just like introduce something like again that's like crazy. It's like, whoa, I didn't expect them to go in that direction.
Oh really?
Like
Again?
even now, we're like they've already done
multiple timelines and multiple Earths,
multiple dimensions and stuff, and it's like, and they just introduce another thing. Where like, okay, sure, we're doing this now, I guess. All right, and so.
Was it cool though? Like,
yeah, it was really cool.
Oh, okay.
Um,
That's okay. I'm only okay with it.
yeah. It's just like it's interesting because I don't know. It's like it's early. Most of the season so far has been not as good as earlier seasons. I want to say, and it feels kind of a lot.
And it's because I feel like the earlier seasons had really strong villains. I don't feel this villain was strong.
Yeah.
But it's because we haven't seen the mid-season finale where he beats up Barry.
Where he beats up Barry and reveals who he is.
Christmas.
Yeah. Which one was that? Was that Zoom? Or was that?
That was Wells.
Oh, that was Reverse Flash.
That was Reverse Flash.
Nice.
No, this is Zoom. I do a pretty good Zoom. Merry Christmas. Zoom. Flash. Bring me your speed. You want ecstasy? Yes.
We're going to race. Because fastest man alive.
We're going to rave. With speed. I gotta have speed.
I'm going to steal your speed. Because the speed force ain't big enough for the both of us.
The speed force. Take a shot every time he says speed.
I gotta go faster.
You drew the head bobble when you said that. That was pretty good.
Gotta do the head bobble. I can never unsee that now.
I can't, Joe. I just can't go faster.
I'm just not fast.
I'm just not fast.
You are fast enough, Barry. You just have to believe in yourself.
No, I can't.
Barry, if you run faster than you've ever run before, then you'll be able to defeat this film. Okay, I'll try it.
I'll give it a shot.
Then Cisco, movie reference.
Oh look, Barry just broke Mach X.
Whoa, Barry's running faster than he's ever run before.
Oh wow,
I see an alert on my computer screen. There's a villain in this area of the city. I will hack into the computer so you can see what's happening.
I'll send the feed directly. I'll send the feed directly to your eyes. I'll turn every cell phone in the city into a sonar device.
You know one thing about the Flash that I noticed, like the last episode or so, that I really like, is that they haven't made Caitlin and Cisco a thing. Ever, and it seems like they aren't planning to do that. Like they're just really good friends.
Yeah.
And like I'm totally fine with that, and I think their relationship works perfectly that way. And it's just like it's a CW show. You expect like them to do bullshit like that, but it's like no, they're just really good friends. Like that's it.
Yeah.
That
work. And I like I like that because like it's not gonna be like a freaking dumb thing or whatever. It's not gonna be freaking Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah. And
I expanded the Grey's Anatomy sex circle for where I am right now. It got bigger.
Yeah. And their relationship isn't like Vincent Simmons, where it was like clearly they're supposed to bang at some point.
Yeah.
Where it's just like no, they're just friends, and like that's who they are.
Didn't that get like way bigger? There's a lot.
Yeah, it seems a little more complicated.
There's a lot more connections. You can ask me questions about it.
Who's Teddy? Is he a bear?
No, it's a girl named Teddy, and she was in the army with Owen, and she was in love with him.
Is Owen on here?
No, because he's not. He hasn't tied in yet.
Getting his dead.
Yeah, she slept with Ghost Teddy.
Ghost Teddy?
Because she's insane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good, I guess.
Yeah.
Good for her. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. the lesbian couple on here somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay, which ones are they?
Cali and Arizona.
Callie slept with a lot of people.
I know. 2 women.
2 men. Okay.
You know, I think it's funny that like George, who was like kind of like he was kind of like the dorky one or whatever, and he slept with 3 women. He slept with 3 different characters.
He's the dorky one?
Yeah, he was the dorky one that everyone made fun of, even though he was like really nice and stuff. He accidentally kills a guy in season 1, and then they call him 007.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like License to Kill. Yeah, season 1 was great.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch this up.
Yeah,
I don't want to get hurt.
It's bad.
What's her face? Who's that?
Oh, I think
she slept with Mark apparently.
Yeah, no, I think I can picture her face in my head. I think her name is like something. It's like Annie or
blah blah.
No, it's not that. No, it's something like that. It's like Reed. It might be Reed also.
Oh, okay.
It's something like Reed. So like I really don't know. I'm blanking. I just blanked for that one. I don't know if that's talking.
I don't know. I don't really know a lot of these. I know some of the characters. Gray is the main one.
Yeah.
So Gray slept with George also?
Yeah. Huh. Because like George was like, I love you, and then she's like, okay. And then they had a sex.
They had a sex. Yes, that's how.
And she I think she cried the whole time, or something like that, or he cried the whole time, or one of them cried the whole time. They're both crying the whole time. But anyways,
that sounds
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
it was pretty bad. Classic Grey's Anatomy. Because George likes Grey like right away, and then like, but
right.
She's like the first like scene of season 1, episode 1, is like her getting out of Big Jimmy's bed. She's like, "Oh, I got a new job today. I don't want to be late for work." And he's like, "Okay, stranger. I don't know your name. You don't know my name. We'll never see each other again. This is fantastic." Season job.
Right. Oh, what a classic show opener that is.
Yeah.
What a hilarious.
What a Three's Company.
What a hilarious situation comedy.
Is this the episode of Three's Company where there's a misunderstanding? Yeah, that is. I've seen it.
Oh, I've seen this one before. Then I've seen this one.
Friends is pretty good. Right?
Shots fired.
See?
Shots fired at older sitcoms.
Yeah.
Is this the episode of Friends where they get into
shenanigans? Yeah, that's They do all kinds of shenanigans and stuff.
Is this the episode of The Office where what's his name? Jim plays a prank on Dwight? I mean, you could do that for any show.
Yeah, there's an episode where like Jim dresses up as Dwight.
Yeah, I saw.
And then at the end of the episode, Dwight dresses up as Jim, and he keeps looking at the camera and shrugging.
Yes,
that's what Jim
so
does.
Good. It's so funny. One thing I love about The Office is it feels like it's a real documentary.
Yeah.
Because the characters interact with the cameras.
Yeah. If
you watch like Parks and Rec or Modern Family especially,
like
it doesn't feel like a real documentary. It like the cameras just it's just shot in that style.
Yeah.
But like the characters don't interact with the cameras ever. Unless they're like in the segment where they speak directly to the camera and tell their feelings about whatever the episode is about that time. Like, but there's no like points where like they'll look at the camera when something bizarre happens or or anything like or mention that there's cameras in the room or anything like that. Like, and they do that all the time in The Office, and it feels like what you would actually do if there was cameras. Which is something that I think that style is really cool for, because it adds like a layer of like realism to it, or I don't know. It's just like that's what the style should be, right? And it starts to feel fake.
The Office like one of the first mockumentaries?
Yeah.
Like is the British one mockumentary?
Yeah, the British one is mockumentary.
That kind of made the genre.
They kind of like invented that genre almost, or like I was one of the first movies to do that, that style.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also pretty good.
Yeah.
I like The Office.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. What was that music that you're singing right there?
Not the Office theme because I can sing. Yeah. Also Ryan.
Yeah.
From The Office.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah. Wait, what are they calling him right now? Because there's like an episode where he like accidentally makes a fire.
Yeah.
They call him Fire Guy.
Yeah, so they just call him Temp. Even though he's not a temp anymore.
He's their
now
boss.
He's their boss. I've only seen like the first 2 episodes of season 1 or season 3. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not very far into it. Okay. Or 4 or whatever.
Season 4.
I guess I'm
Wait,
on 4
did he
now.
introduce Dr. Mifflin Infinity?
No.
That's in season 4. Okay, so season 3. What?
Season 3 ends where Jim is like, "Hey Pam, want to go out sometime?" And then she's like, "Sure." And then at the beginning of season 4, they're like, we're just good friends." And then the cameras see them like kiss, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, we're dating, I guess." And then that's where season 4 starts. Oh yeah, and then Michael hits what's her name with his car.
Meredith.
Meredith is his car. Yeah. And then they do a run for rabies awareness.
That's an amazing
awareness that there is a cure. And then he gives $340 on a giant check to a stripper.
Yes.
And this check is labeled to science.
That's pretty great. That was a pretty great episode. Cool. I watched that one in my English class. We had to write like a newspaper article about one of the events in the office. Yeah, and one of the events in the episode.
Okay.
So I wrote an article. It was called "Ice Cream with Sprinkles" because Dwight put her cat in the freezer.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Wait. Genius.
Yeah, I know.
Did they ever mention that in the episode?
No.
Oh,
I'm really
missed opportunity there.
The newspaper. I didn't get a very good mark on it. the newspaper. Yeah, I know. The newspaper.
What's so dumb?
The newspaper company was called. It was called the Wooden Spoon, giving you the scoop on all things news.
That's brilliant. Yeah. You should have gotten a higher mark.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't write it very well.
Well,
I probably didn't.
Because you spent all the time coming up with clever titles for your
yes. Oh, hell yeah.
The article.
Yeah.
What's dumb is, according to Ontario government, you're not literate unless you know how to write a newspaper article.
Well, I don't think the people in the newspaper know how to write newspaper articles. Have you seen the KW record?
It's pretty trash.
Yeah, it is. Like the front news. You know what the front page news was a couple of days ago?
What?
It was windy yesterday.
That's what it was?
Yeah, it showed people in the wind.
Was it really windy, or was it just like...
It was really,
moderately
windy. Moderately windy.
Was it like cats flying through?
No, it was there were gusts up to 40 kilometers per hour. Wowee. What a windy day.
Did people lose their umbrellas?
Literally nothing happens in this town.
Yeah, that's true.
There's enough people. You think something would happen in this population.
To be fair, not really much happens in Kitchener, so
yeah,
they're kind of stuck.
Yeah.
with crappy news, but
yeah. Local news. There's just 2 blank pages when you open to the local news section. When you go to the local news section, they talk about other things happening in Canada because that's the most local.
Yeah, it's like something happened in Toronto, probably.
That's the title of the article.
If you want news, go to Toronto.
Gosh.
It's kind of amazing that newspapers still exist.
Yeah.
Everyone gets their news from Facebook.
Yeah, but like, how reliable is that shit?
I don't trust it. Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook's like really. I don't trust that.
Not reliable. You know what's great? Mark Zuckerberg was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get rid of fake Facebook news," and then there was a bunch of like fake news where it's like Mark Zuckerberg
releases he's gonna get rid of fake Facebook news while eating a dolphin.
Yeah, and like stuff like that. Where Well, it was like while murdering a child.
Today I read this one thing or whatever where it's like
that's brilliant
on Facebook where it's like two-headed sharks keep showing up in the ocean and we don't know why.
What?
It's like apparently two-headed sharks. They keep finding two-headed sharks in the ocean and they don't know why. And then I look it up elsewhere, just on Google, and I find a National Geographic article about it.
Okay, so it's a real thing.
So it's a real thing. Huh. And it was kind of disturbing where they're like holding like a shark fetus that has two heads.
Yeah.
It might be like a twin. It might be like a Siamese twin type.
Well, like
screws up.
Yeah, there's been animal deformity like that.
Yeah.
Tons of cases of that before.
Oh yeah, like the two-headed lizard.
Yeah, like two-headed lizards.
And Mad Max Fury.
Yeah, Mad Max, and like there's two-headed snakes sometimes. There's been like two-headed cows and stuff like that too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're pretty common actually.
They're pretty common.
Like,
That's
like
scary.
more common than I know. And more common than most two-headed animals. Supposedly. Yeah. Apparently.
But that's okay because sharks only kill 5 people a year. So
yeah. What if they kill 10 people a year now because of?
Oh, because there's two heads.
Double the killing. Double the killing capacity.
Then they kill about the same amount of vending machines.
So. Yeah.
I still don't think we have to worry.
Around this whole community. We should have something safer giving us a pop. We should have sharks giving it out.
Yeah. Yes. That's so good. How about that Mets game?
With the what game?
That Mets game.
The Mets game?
Yeah.
I didn't see the Mets game.
Neither did I.
No.
When they're
like, hey, did you watch the game last night? Like, what? Which one? The David Fincher movie?
The David Fincher
I watched the
game
last night. That's what I said.
I watched it with
I said that's
my
my friend was. So I watched the game last night. Which one? Like, you know the one we started in class yesterday? I'm sorry. He's like, sorry, what? I'm just like, he's like, what sport is this? I'm like, the David Fincher movie. when you don't sports. Man, that's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
Oh, we're out of time, even though we have no set time, but who cares?
Time is the guest of the north.